Today I'm swapping out the TTI Ultimate Spring Kit in my Gen 4 Glock 19 and going back to the factory springs. After about 2,000 rounds, the TTI kit provided itself as a great range upgrade, but for my everyday carry, I'm sticking with factory reliability. So let's tear into it. We'll start by field stripping the pistol, remove the slide, recoil spring assembly, and barrel. Next, we'll remove the slide cover plate. Just use a small flathead screwdriver and carefully work it off. With the cover plate removed, pull off the firing pin assembly, the extractor plunger assembly, then remove the extractor, followed by the firing pin safety and firing pin safety spring. This slide has seen 2,000 rounds through minimal cleaning, so there's a little bit of carbon buildup on everything. I had to use a small flathead screwdriver to lift up the firing pin safety just enough to grab it with my fingers. The extractor plunger assembly is always a little stubborn. It's not stuck, it just never seems to want to fall out when you actually want it to. With the lift of a little screwdriver and you can grab it with your fingers. Next is the firing pin spring. If you've ever changed valve springs on an engine, this process will look fairly familiar. Compress the springs, remove the two spring cups, swap the factory Glock spring back on, and then reinstall the spring cups. Careful not to launch one across the room. They are harder to find than you think. Now we'll reinstall the firing pin safety and its spring. Since I didn't have any grease, I flipped the side upside down so gravity could hold everything where it belongs. Slide the firing pin assembly back in. You'll notice I got a little ahead of myself and installed the extractor plunger assembly before the extractor. Just push the assembly back a little. Drop the extractor in, then slide the extractor plunger assembly back into place. Compress the firing pin assembly, slide the cover plate back on, and then push the extractor plunger assembly down with a flathead screwdriver, and the cover plate snaps right into place. We'll throw the barrel and recoil spring assembly back in, and the slide is finished. Now let's move over to the frame. There are 3 pins holding everything together, and I always forget the third one. Every single time. You watch me fight this thing for longer than I'd like to admit before my brain finally remembers the trigger housing pin. So save yourself the headache and knock out all 3 pins before trying to remove the trigger assembly. Once the trigger assembly pin is out, the trigger assembly lifts right out. Swapping the trigger spring is pretty straightforward. Rotate the trigger bar out of the housing, pop out the old spring, and install the new factory spring. My big old numbie fingers aren't exactly made for tiny springs, so the flathead definitely earns its paycheck here. Here's a quick comparison. Factory Glock spring on the left, TTI spring on the right. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not knocking the TTI kit. It definitely did what it was designed to do. But for a competition or a range gun toy, that's one thing. For my everyday carry, I'll take the factory reliability every single time. Now it's just reverse order. Drop the trigger assembly back into the frame. Now reinstall all 3 pins. Not 2, but 3. I start with the trigger housing pin these days because apparently I have to idiot-proof the process for myself. Reinstall the slide stop lever and then the locking block, not backwards like I started to. The trigger pin has a detent, so it'll take just a little extra pressure before it snaps into place. Make sure everything is lined up before you start tapping it in. Once everything is seated, slide the upper back onto the frame, perform a quick functions check, trigger resets, safeties work, everything feels exactly as it should. And that's it!